This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Krista, McKee, your host. We are checking out 2 different ski areas today, so stay tuned. So Dennis, tell us how the Sauble Beach Cross Country Ski Club got started here.
It started in 1982, and this land that we're on is Ministry of Natural Resources and the Great Sauble Conservation Authority.
Right.
And back at that time, there was a private landowner, and there was a government grant that came through from the federal government, and they put trails through, just rudimentary trails and stuff for people to start using them as ski trails at that particular time. And then over 40 years, and this is our 40th anniversary celebration.
Very good.
So we've developed to the stage right now where we've got about 18 kilometers of skiable trails that are groomed and everything. Then there's, if you go up to Johns Lake, which is further north, there's a couple miles of what we call a little more wilderness trails, so it's a little more challenging to do those. And then about 10 years ago, the snowshoeing started, and we have about 14 to 15 kilometers of snowshoe trails as well.
That's good to hear because snowshoeing has taken off quite a bit.
Oh, yes,
and
yeah.
I think one of the rules that probably every cross-country ski club has is no snowshoeing on ski trails.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. Now, why is that?
Well, you just don't want it. It doesn't necessarily stop with skiers going on the snow trails. You may get people walking, or they take the dogs. We don't allow dogs in our on the trails and stuff either. And we have it's a huge space, so we can keep everything separate, and there's just no need for it. In a lot of cases, the skiers are 20 or 30 feet away from the snowshoe trails anyway, so there's no need for them to go on top of each other. Right.
Yeah. Now, what kind of skiing do you have here? I noticed that you just have like it's a pair of ski set, or is it?
Yeah. Our the facility's not set up because of the M&R, and they have certain rules. They don't want us to widen the trails too much like they are at Hepworth and stuff, where they can do the skate skiing. We can't do skate skiing here.
Right. So what's the difference between skate skiing and?
Well, I've never done the skate skiing myself, but that's where they have the wide stance and they just ski and skate at the same time. There's quite an act to it, and I have no desire to even try it. But our course is much different because, as I say, our trails are narrow, and in September, October, we have to cut down a lot of trees that the wind has knocked over. A lot of trail maintenance done at that particular time. And the ministry doesn't want us to, they have certain rules that they want us to abide by, and that's fine. But the nice thing about this trail compared to some of the others is we have a lot of sand dunes, and so you're constantly going around trees and up and down hills, and it's a little more challenging than just going down a straight flat area. You're up and down, you're weaving around things, and I enjoy that.
Oh, it would be fun. Has COVID changed much of what you're seeing here with your membership and people getting out skiing?
You can't find anything cheaper and more family-oriented and safe than cross-country skiing. And as a result of that, our membership went up over 100% last year.
Wow.
And we've kept that same percentage this year. So it's something that people can come and enjoy. We don't encourage large groups getting together. If they're family, that's a different situation.
Right.
But it's been extremely beneficial to us that way. So of course our membership dues went up. We had a bit more money, so it allowed us to put a new roof on the chalet this year. New maps, new trail markers, and we're even making some donations back to the community, to the hospital foundation and stuff like that. So we're a non-charitable not-for-profit organization, so anything that we do make, we try to give back to the community as well.
Wonderful. So you mentioned memberships. What would the cost be to join the club?
We have an early bird membership, which is $60, and after December 1st is $75. Children can come and ski under the age of 16 as long as they're accompanied by an adult, and it's free. So for $100 to $150, you can get a family skiing for the entire season. Now, when we're talking about that, 2 times a year, Winterfest weekend, which is this weekend coming up, it's been canceled in Sauble, of course, but we still have free trail access on the Saturday, and on Family Day in February, it'll be free trail access as well. Plus, we have the other ski clubs in the area, like Bruce Ski Club, Glenelg, Massey. We have an exchange week with them, so their members can come here and ski, and we go over there and ski. We've been doing that for years, so it's a nice touch as well.
So your membership actually gets you more than just this trail, so it would be definitely a worthwhile membership to be involved with. Thank you very much, Dennis. We're going to have a quick talk with Lloyd next, and we'll be right back.
Thank you.
So Lloyd is our trail director here at the Sauble Beach Cross Country Ski Club and Snowshoe spot, and you are a wealth of information with some history.
I guess I am. I've been a club member here, Krista, for 20 years, and probably been looking after the trails here for the last 12 or 13. So, you know, I'm always amazed by those early volunteers back in '82, and they must have started, you know, a year before that, planning out the trails here. But I mean, you know, we have GPS and all those kind of point positions now where we know where we are, but back then they did such a wonderful job of making trails on this property. I'm always impressed every time I go out there.
Yeah.
I have my favorite spots, of course.
Of course. Well, everyone has their favorite
where I
spot.
stop to have coffee.
Yeah, yeah. But that's a lot of work. Like just being the trail coordinator, every time we've had a lot of wind this year. And that creates a lot of work that people don't realize that you put many volunteer hours into cleaning up these trails every time there's a wind. It just doesn't happen once that you check it, but all the time. So you must have a fairly large group that help you.
What we do on our membership applications is there's a little box at the bottom asking people who join our club if they'd like to volunteer in some way. And there's lots of boxes to tick. Some like to volunteer in the chalet and meet people and take payment for day passes and stuff like that and give out cider. Now those were in the good old days prior to COVID. We haven't been able to do that last year or this season, but we're hoping to get back there where we can open our chalet to our users, trail users, and they can warm up in there and have a nice cup of cider. But yeah, we're hoping this COVID gets over and we can get back to that.
Yeah.
As a daytime user, when you come here, like we're located just half a mile north of the Sauble Falls.
Yes.
And we've got a big parking lot, and there's a sign out there that says this is the entrance. So people don't have to park on the road to go and cross-country ski like a lot of places have that set up. But here we're fortunate. We've got a parking lot, we've got a chalet.
And you have it plowed. So you have expenses.
And we have it plowed,
yes.
Yes. So here, if you're a day user, Krista, you come in here, and we've got day passes inside here, right here.
Okay.
And there's instructions. You know, the daily rate is $8. It's been that way for quite a long time at the $8.
Very reasonable.
So then once you fill out that pass, the $8 will go in here, and the day pass goes in this mailbox thing here. And the other half of the pass you attach to your coat.
Your coat.
Now we do have new this year, we have payment by e-transfer. This is very popular now. People don't really carry the cash with them, so they can pay by e-transfer, and a lot of people have been doing that.
And that's a good way to do it. It's a very safe way to do it. You don't have to worry about money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, we have these map boxes out here on our trails. There's some on our snowshoe trail over here, and there's some on our ski trail, so people can take the map with them. It's right on the inside. And but this year, with our 40th year, we've got all new maps on our trails at the junctions, and we've got new signage out on our trails as well. So it's we've been having a lot of good comments.
So what the Sauble Beach Ski Club has done here is simply amazing, and the $8 just for a day use is a deal, because the new maps, the new trail markers that you have done, I'm looking forward to getting out on the trail and seeing it. So make sure that when you do use these areas that you abide by their membership. You either purchase a membership or use their day use pass, and it goes all towards the efforts that the club has been doing. So thank you very much, Lloyd. You've done an amazing job here.
And one little thing, thank you for that, Krista. One little thing is when you pay by e-transfer, some people will pay at home, you know, and then come out and ski.
Yes.
We still would like them to take a tag and wear it on their person.
Yeah, because
So
then you
they
would
know that they're a paid user on the trail.
Right. Well, let's
Well, let's
trying
hit the
these.
trails.
I'm looking forward to it. You're going to lead the way, though.
Okay.
Yes. Here we go.
It's got nice glide today, Krista.
It's very fast. Oh, my word.
Perfect track.
Oh, man. Woo. You'll never get lost with this sign here that we had talked about taking a picture of. I can definitely see why you are here a lot. Your love for nature is definitely addictive.
Yeah.
I can see why people keep coming back here.
And Krista, there's 20 of these maps out there.
Out on the trail system?
Yeah.
Oh.
All of the junctions, and they're all, this one starts with A, and that's, you're here at the chalet. Well, you see, then there's, you know, it goes along to B, C, and they're on the snowshoe trails as well. So there's a dozen of these on the ski trails and 8 on the snowshoe trails. So, and then of course all of the trails are well marked with maps and directional signature signage and distances as well, you know.
Right.
So you know how if you have a certain amount of time to ski,
Yep.
you can pick a trail that's gonna get you back here and get you on your way to whatever else you have to do that day. So yeah. You won't get lost.
No, you certainly won't. And I can see this is an amazing spot. You have put such a labor of love into this area that I can see why people keep coming back. I know I'm going to come back now that the dust is off of these. Yeah. I'm going to be back, definitely.
Well, there are spots out here, and I think just to reinforce what you say, there are spots out here where you stop, have a look at the river, what's going by. You might see a little bit of wildlife if you're fortunate. There's swans back at the dam, if you're lucky enough that they're there when you're there. But, you know, there's spots out there that you just stand and
appreciate the nature.
You know, what you have around you. I think it's worth coming out and giving it a try. If you don't ski, We have the Snowshoe Trails.
Exactly.
You
Yes.
know, we have
and there's always Sun Trail Outfitters in Hepworth that you could definitely rent some skis. That would be a place to check out.
Yep.
Or be like our cameraman, Daryl. He's going to be borrowing some skis and giving it a try. So
That's right.
thank you so much, Lloyd, for your time. And please thank Dennis. This has been a wonderful experience here at the Sauble Beach Cross Country Ski Club.
Well, thank you very much for coming out and seeing what we have to offer.
Thanks.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Sauble people. The Sauble are people of the river. I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship, but as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Hi, I'm Callie Owens, defenseman with Owen Sound Attack. Go behind the scenes with your favorite team on Attack Craft every Tuesday on Rogers TV.
Hi, we have just left the Sauble Beach Cross Country Ski Club, and we're now here at the Massey Conservation Area, but better known as the area for the Owen Sound Cross Country Ski Club. I know it's a little confusing, but just southeast of Owen Sound is the location here, and Kelly, the president of the Owen Sound Cross Country Ski Club, is with us. Thank you for joining us today. It's a beautiful day. The weather has certainly changed from where we came from with the lake effects, and now we've got a little colder, but the sun is shining, which is marvelous. So tell us a little bit about the Massey Ski Trail.
Well, the history of the club is that it's called the Owen Sound Ski Club because it started in Owen Sound. We used to groom trails right at Inglis Falls and Harrison Park.
Right.
But as population grew, people were walking on them. And so that was, I think, late 1980s, the club started.
Right.
And in 2000, we moved out here to the Massey Hills.
Well, that certainly explains the difference.
Right.
I know on your website that you have, it's called the Massey Ski Trails.
Right.
And you can also find it by looking for it that way, as well as the Owen Sound Cross Country Ski Club.
Right.
So approximately how many kilometers would be here for people to ski?
There's about 10 kilometers, and there's various loops. Some are hilly, and there's others that are completely flat. So it's great for all levels of skiing if you want to do a nice flat ski. We have two entrances. This is the main entrance. We have an entrance on the north side. So if you're a beginner skier and don't like a lot of hills, both entrances, there's a downhill going into the trail system.
Okay.
And the one on the north side is more gentle. The one big hill on this side is a little steeper.
Right, okay.
But once you're down in the trail system, there's lots of flat areas, and it's rolling, and it's quite beautiful.
Very nice, very nice. So just to help our listeners, where we are here is on the 6th concession, right? Yeah, 6th concession, just off of the Dairy line. So we're just kind of southeast from Rockford.
Right, it's the Massey Road.
Would be the Massey Road, is what we call it. So the north side would then be kind of just one concession before this entrance.
Right.
So there is parking at both entrances?
At both entrances, it's just parking on the road. The municipality's been great in plowing back a nice sort of parking space. But yeah, it's just limited to parking on the road.
Very nice, yeah.
And there's outhouses at both ends, which is very important.
That is very important, yes. So do you allow snowshoeing here?
Well, it's a great county forest, so yes, snowshoeing is allowed. We ask people, like the Bruce Trail goes through here, and people snowshoe that on all the time.
Right.
If you're snowshoeing on the ski trail, if you're using our groomed trail, we ask you to, contribute to, the funds, the membership fees so we can help maintain it.
Right.
But if you are snowshoeing, we ask you to stick to the outside of the trail so you're not walking in the tracks so you don't ruin them for the skiers.
Definitely a courtesy thing.
Yeah.
Now, what about dogs?
No dogs.
No dogs.
No,
Yeah, that seems to be the rule of thumb for the ski trails, and I can certainly understand why, because you don't want to get stuck in anything or.
Yeah, the dogs love to walk in the ski tracks, and they ruin them.
Yeah.
So it's just easier to say no dogs.
No dogs. Oh, and I completely understand. Yeah, definitely. So now you mentioned coming for a day ski. Now, is there fees here or a donation box, or how does that work, Kelly?
There is a donation box behind me, and we have a day fee price, and we also have membership.
Okay.
And the membership for the annual membership is very reasonable. People tell me we should keep putting it up because it's only $50 for an adult.
Okay.
19 of that goes to our insurance policy. So basically, the club only gets 31.
Right.
And I can't remember exactly what a family is, but it's basically the kids, we just ask, $20. 19 of that goes to insurance. So really, if you have kids, you're only paying $1 for the kids. So it's quite reasonable.
Very reasonable. Very reasonable. Yeah. Now I have to ask, because the temperature has dropped, I know I've added a few more layers to what I was wearing from our previous location. What is the best clothing to be wearing for skiing? Because I realize it's cold, but we're going to be working, right? How's the best way to dress?
Right. Definitely in layers that are breathable. So you don't want to wear like a big ski jacket. You'll get too hot.
Right.
And even some of those lightweight down jackets, they're quite warm, but they don't breathe. So windbreakers, and dress in layers. So you might start off, like today's really cold.
Yes.
And I've got 4 layers under here.
Mm-hmm.
And as I warm up, I might take off my upper layer.
Yeah. Now I noticed your skis are really sleek. They're a lot different than my skis. Yeah. So if someone was out looking to get into cross-country skiing, what's the best way to start?
Well, I would go to a ski store. Like in the area, Sun Trail is probably the best. There's lots of people with knowledge there because skis should be fitted to your weight and your height.
Okay.
Most people, when they're starting out, they'll do, here it's just classic skiing, the traditional skiing, so the skis are parallel.
Right.
For example, at Sawmill up near Hepworth, at the Bruce Ski Club, you can skate. But most people, when they start skiing, they do the classic style.
Okay.
And the way that works is there's a camber in the ski so you can glide, and then when you put your weight on it to get traction, you press down. So you need a camber.
Right.
And if the ski's too stiff for your weight, you won't be able to get any traction.
Right.
So that's why it's really important to go to a knowledgeable ski store to buy skis.
I can definitely see why the weight is so important, because if you had the wrong length and not enough weight, then you're not going to put that to the ground.
Yeah.
Yes, because there is a slight arch in the ski. Yeah.
Now your skis, they're not waxable. So they have these fish scales.
Right.
So that's what grips the snow when you push down.
Ah, makes sense, yes.
They've really advanced the technology. They're really good. So most people, they're starting out, they'll get these no-wax skis with either fish scales. They also have ski skins, which is like a mohair insert into the base of the ski. And that's what grips the snow.
Oh my! Now I noticed my bindings. I know I mentioned before mine are archaic. I don't think you can even buy the 3-pin anymore, but my boots still work. They're not cracked or anything, so this still works for me. But yours are a lot looks a lot sleeker.
Yes, you're right. You can't buy these anymore. The 3-pin.
The 3-pin. Yeah.
You can see that you just connected at your toes, so you actually don't have a lot of control over the ski. Right. Like this is basically just flat.
Yep, that's where my foot sits.
And with my skis, like these are kind of the top of the line. Most people would get something in between the two.
Right.
You can see there's a big plate. It's almost like downhill skis in that your whole boot, these ridges, and so my boot has
so it actually fits
it fits
in those ridges.
Yeah. So when my boot is on the ski, I have control all the way down. So it's a lot safer on downhills.
Right.
You can control your skis.
Yes, and less ankle damage, I would imagine. Yeah.
And the ski still, it's the same way it attaches at the toes. There's a bar on my boots. And it just snaps in there.
Oh, so the bar? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So it rotates, your boot rotates, pivots around a little bar at the toe.
Right. And you don't have any snow buildup or anything between the boot and the ski at all?
No.
Wow, okay.
Not usually. And these ones are waxable. So I have a camber, and you can see where I've put on wax there a little bit.
Right.
So when I press down, it's the wax that grips the snow.
So you prefer something that you wax?
Well, for cold temperatures, definitely.
Okay.
It's a lot faster when you wax your skis. You get more speed. I like the speed.
Okay. And I would prefer less speed because that's less injury as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but I also have a pair of those skin skis.
Ah, okay.
Because waxing is really tricky. There's a different wax for every temperature and humidity condition.
Oh my, okay.
And around here we get a lot of skiing around 0 degrees.
Right.
And the tracks kind of glaze over.
Oh, okay.
And wax doesn't work very well on that.
Okay.
So I have a pair of, skin skis, they're called, for warmer temperatures.
Wow. Well, let's get our boots on and we'll give this a try. And thank you very much for meeting with us today. Definitely a lot of things that I need to look for when I go looking for a new pair of skis. So thank you very much, Kelly.
You're welcome. So are you ready for this, Krista?
I'm ready as I'll ever be, Kelly, but how can people get a hold of the club itself?
Oh, well, we have a website. I think it's www.masseyhills.com.
Perfect.
But you can Google Owen Sound Cross Country Ski Club or Massey Hills, and it will come up.
Wonderful.
And all the info is there for registering and...
Perfect. People can find you. That's what counts.
And the other great thing about joining one of our clubs, we have ski exchanges with all the other clubs in the area. So Sauble Beach, Sawmill up at the Bruce Ski Club, Glen Elg in Markdale, and the Beaver Valley Ski Club.
Perfect.
So if you buy a membership here, there's always a week in the winter you can ski at one of the other places.
For free.
For free.
Very good.
So,
okay, well, show me the way. I'm anxious to see your trails.
All right.
Thanks, Kelly.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.